Let's go to Brittany's on the line in Manassas, Virginia. Brittany, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. Thank you for taking my call.
Happy to. How can I help?
I am in a position where I have been offered a new role within my company, and my boss has asked me to give him a salary, and I don't even know where to start as far as negotiating a salary or what would be a reasonable starting position to ask for that number. And I was hoping you might be able to lead me in the right direction.
Okay, I'm going to give you some advice. I don't think there's a silver bullet answer to this, so I'm going to give a confident answer in what I would do if I were you. But I'm not gonna endorse my own opinion in this particular case because there's really no great silver bullet answer. Negotiation is really not what we're talking about here, so I want you to free your mind right out of the gate. I don't think this is about negotiation, and if you understand that, then it should unlock your brain. They've already offered you the position or said they want to, correct?
Correct.
And your boss is giving you, which is really rare, the opportunity to say, what do you want for this new position? Am I right?
Yes. So I think that one of the reasons he is putting this in my lap is I am currently a full commission sales employee.
Yeah.
And the role that I would be taking on would be bringing on a new person that would be in a similar role to myself, and it would be managing and training that person throughout the rest of my time with the company, and then any other additional people that come on in the future.
Okay. So would you not see yourself getting some type of commission even in this new leadership role? Because you're hiring somebody to replace you, which is a commission role. So
correct.
if
so
you're,
I would still be doing my current role that I am doing, which means I would still have my commission that's coming in off of any sales that I do. I'm just taking on another layer to what I'm doing already.
What's your base? If you don't mind sharing, and if you're not comfortable sharing the exact number, give me a breakdown of how much of your salary percentage-wise is base versus commission.
I'm full commission, so everything I make is
that's right. You told me that.
Everything I produce. Yeah.
Okay. So what are you making? Give me an idea what you've been making. Give me your best number that you've made in the last year or two, 3 years.
I'm close to 100,000 right now.
Have you ever made 100?
I have not made 100. All
right. So how close?
Short.
How much?
I'm talking like 3,000 short of hitting 100.
Okay, so let's just say you're in that 95 to 100,000 range, because that is correct. And so you're going to continue your current sales load, correct? Plus lead and train someone else, correct?
Correct.
And how many more people would you lead and train over the near future? Have they painted a picture?
So as of right now, I'm only bringing on one person at this point in time. We have not talked about how many additional people will be coming on in the future, but we are a small company and have grown very slowly over the past 5 years. So I can't imagine that we're bringing on multiple people a year. It would probably maybe be one a year, if not one every 2 years.
Got it. Okay. So here's my answer, all right? And this is not a negotiation. I don't want you to have that mindset. It's not a negotiation. Okay. Your leader has come to you because he or she likes you and they trust you. There's no question in my mind. And so they want to get an idea of what you're willing to do because they find you so valuable. So this is enough leverage for you. You don't have to worry about negotiating. So I would break it down 2 ways. One is I've got my current sales load that I'm going to continue to deliver on, and I'm already compensated for that, and you don't want to change that because that's exactly what it needs to be, straight commission. You love that, okay? So it's all commission on what you make, okay? And so there's 2 ways to look at it. Either they bump your percentage in your current commission, okay? So they're going to give you more of what you're already bringing in. Or they're going to give you some type of a small salary, okay, in the big picture for the amount of time you're going to spend on training. Because every second and every minute and every hour of the week that you spend training this new person is taken away from your ability to go out, kill it, drag it home, and eat it. Make sense?
Absolutely.
All right. So There's two ways to look at that. Either they bump you percentage-wise on your commission. So I'm making this up. Let's just say they're paying you 10% right now, okay? Then you bump it up, 12.5%, 13%, 15%. I don't know. It's not a negotiation because this is a conversation. So I would go in and you have to ask yourself, what do you like the most? And I haven't gotten to the exciting part of my proposal. Okay. So to me, it's either they pay you X amount of dollars. So you say it's going to cost, and you got to really, truly think through this. At what point are you done training? All right. Then we move into leading. What does leading look like? How many meetings a week are you going to have? So start to get a good idea and don't lock up. You can come up with this pretty easily. The amount of time you think you're going to spend in a given week and a month and a year training and leading. That is a real number that is taking away from you selling. So I would come up with a way to say, okay, if it's going to, I need to be compensated for leadership and training. And they know that. So you either say, I want more commission on what I'm doing now, or I want $15,000 or $20,000 or whatever it ends up being in your mind. Okay, here's a small salary plus my commission. And the salary is that's compensating me for my time. Now, the second piece of this puzzle is you ought to get a cut of what this new person sells. That is certainly something that I like because you're training them. So if you're wondering why I'm presenting that, it's because you are now incentivized and your leader needs to hear you say, I'm asking for a small, so again, let's operate on the 10% commission. Let's say that's the standard. You know what it is. Let's just say you say, I want 2.5% or I want 2% of whatever this new person sells. And the reason is because you're incentivizing me to help them kill it. Because every time they sell, you win financially. So I think it's a combo of any one of those. So for me, it's either higher commission on what you're currently doing, or it's some type of let's add a consistent base that you feel really good about. This is extra money coming in every paycheck. And that's for me leading and training. And then I'm going to get a piece of the action on what this new person does. I'd go in with all three of those and go, I think it's a combination of these, or it's all of them.
Okay.
How's that sound?
I think that sounds great. I didn't even think about the third option that you threw in there. I was just kind of thinking in the mindset of, a base salary that I would get paid for doing any training or leading and managing. I didn't even think about asking for,
Can I tell you something? To me, that's more important than the salary. And the only reason I'm bringing it up is because I think it actually is a part of the conversation, not negotiation, but by bringing up a base salary, he or she's looking at that going, okay, that I understand that. But all of a sudden, if you say, or I'd be willing to forego a base in order to get a percentage of this new person's sales, now all of a sudden that's a real win for the organization because it's not a salary. It's based on output. And so, in my mind, Brittany, that's the play. You know your job. You know the numbers. Would a small percentage of that person who's coming under you generate you more money over the long haul? I'm almost certain it would. So run the numbers. And now, any leader with half a brain is going to go for that. Oh, I like the way you're thinking, Brittany. I like the way you're thinking. You're about bringing in more money and you want more of it. Great. Done deal. And now you're incentivized to really help this person. If you get a base, there's some psychological barrier there, right? Oh, I got to spend this time helping them. I could be over here killing it. No. Every time you train them, every time you lead them through a situation, you know that's good for you and the company. That's the route I hope you end up at. But I'm trying to lead the leader for you.